All right, everybody. We are going live. All right, everybody. We are going live. And we are going to do my Arthur DVD Collection 2020 edition. My updated Arthur DVD Collection 2020 edition. We're going to be doing them in the order by the specific DVD release of Arthur. And Jordon B03, if you're watching this video is for you. So, most of my Arthur DVD releases I have are distributed by Sony Wonder. I have 3 Our Time Family Entertainment DVD releases and 1 WGBH Boston release and 3 releases released by PBS Kids independently. So without further ado, let's get started. First, before we get into the releases from June of 2002, we're going to imagine that there were a few DVD releases of Arthur that came before June 11th of 2002. And one of them, so the first one we're going to imagine is we're going to imagine a DVD release of Arthur being released on February 12th, 2002. And the DVD released February 12th. The Arthur DVD released February 12th, 2002, we're going to imagine. The Arthur DVD that we're going to imagine that is released on February 12th, 2002 is called Arthur's Valentine's Day. The episodes there would be, on Arthur's Valentine's Day, would be Love Notes for Muffy, Muffy's New Best Friend, and Bitsy's Beau. And after the Kiddio commercial on Arthur's Valentine's Day, it would have the Arthur funding, and then the post-alphabets commercial, and then the Lego commercial, and the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial. And then it would have the Arthur funding from season 6 with the Concord grape purple polka dot background, and then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, and then it would go to the DVD menu. And the Arthur theme song at the beginning would have the water splashing sounds on there. Arthur's Valentine's Day will be the only 2002 DVD release to use the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. Now, after that, let's imagine there are 2 Arthur DVD releases released on May 14th, 2002, with one saying Arthur's Fun with Grandparents and the other reading Arthur and Buster Fun. The episodes on Arthur and Buster Fun would be Arthur Accused, Buster's Best Behavior, and Nerves of Steel, even though Nerves of Steel already got a DVD release. On Arthur and Buster Fun, after the Kiddio commercial on Arthur and Buster Fun, it would have the Arthur funding, the Lego commercial, the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and the post-alphabets commercial. Then the Arthur funding from season 6 with the checkered green background, and then the PBS Kids logo with Dot the girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. And then the DVD menu. For Arthur's Fun with Grandparents, the episodes would be Grandma for Appreciation Day, Grandma for Appreciation Day, The Big Dig, and the Justin Bradley version of Hello. So the episodes for the DVD of Arthur's Fun with Grandparents would be the episodes on the DVD of Arthur's Fun with Grandparents would be Grandma for Appreciation Day, The Big Dig, and the Justin Bradley version of Arthur Loses His Marbles. On Arthur's Fun with Grandparents, after the Kiddio commercial, it would have the Arthur funding, the Lego commercial, the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and the post-alphabets commercial. Then the Arthur funding from season 6 with the checkered green background, And then the PBS Kids logo with Dr. Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. And then it would have the DVD menu. And hello, Atticus Martin's channel. Do you have any Arthur DVDs out there, Atticus Martin's channel? Because I have plenty. Now we're going to look at the real DVD releases from June 11th of 2002. And this is the first one. Arthur's Great Summer, released on DVD June 11th of 2002. Right there. Episodes on there would be Arthur Goes to Camp from Season 1, The Shore Thing from Season 5, and The Short Quick Summer from Season 2. The end credits for Arthur's Valentine's Day and Arthur and Buster of Fun would be the Season 5 one. And the Arthur credits for Arthur's Fun with Grandparents would be the Season 6 one with the Techno remix. Hold on one second. Next up, we have another DVD release from June 11th of 2002. Wait a minute. Hold on. At the end of Arthur's Great Summer, after the Kiddio commercial, it has the Arthur funding, the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the Post-Alphabets commercial, and then the Lego commercial. And then the Arthur funding from Season 6 with Cheesy Yellow Pizza background, and then it just goes straight to the DVD menu. There is no PBS Kids logo on this DVD. Episodes on Arthur the Good Sport, released on June 11, 2002 on DVD, would be the Justin Bradley versions of The Good Sport and the Justin Bradley version of Muffy's Soccer Shocker, both of which are from Season 6, and Francine Frensky, Olympic Rider, from Season 2. And the disc for Arthur the Good Sport looks like this. At the end of Arthur the Good Sport, after the Kiddio commercial, it has the Arthur funding and the Lego commercial, and the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and the Post-Alphabets commercial, and then the Arthur funding from Season 5 with checkered green. Arthur funding from Season 6 with checkered green background. And then the PBS Kids logo with Dr. Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. And then it goes to the DVD menu. ET DVD / VHSC 2005. Do you know where Jordon B03 is? Because this video is made for him. And I'm going to make it special for him. All right, here we go. Next up, 2002 DVD release of Arthur's Best School Days. Thanks. And Dan Finnegan, you're free to watch the whole video with me if you'd like. Here's Arthur's Best School Days. It would be released on, it's released on DVD June 11th of 2002, even though it came to VHS first in 2001. Right there. The episodes on there would be Arthur and the Square Dance from Season 1, or Arthur and the Square Dance from Season 2, Teen Troubles from Season 1, and Buster Hits the Books is from Season 2. Here is a disc for Arthur's Best School Days. And a DVD of Arthur's Best School Days after the would have, there's no Kideo commercial on this. It has the Arthur funding, and then it has the Lego, the post-alphabets commercial, and then the older Lego commercial, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial. And then it would have the Arthur funding from season 5 with blueberry blue polka dot background. And then the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl running up to the screen. The 1999 PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl running up to the screen. That would also be seen on DVD releases of Dragon Tales and VHS and DVD releases of JJ the Jet Plane from 2002 to 2003. Then it goes to the DVD menu. Next up, this is a 2003 DVD release of Arthur Goes to the Doctor. Also released on DVD June 11th of 2002, and it originally came on VHS in 2001. And the episodes would be Arthur's Knee from Season 2, Buster's Breathless from Season 4, and The Lousy Week from Season 5. And here's the disc for Arthur Goes to the Doctor. And this DVD has the, after the end credits, it would have the funding, and then from the funding in Arthur Goes, the end credits for Arthur Goes to the Doctors from Season 5, and for Arthur's Best School Days, it's for Season 2. The Good Sport has the Season 6 credits with the Techno remix. Arthur's Great Summer also has the Season 2 credits. Arthur Goes to the Doctor has the Season 5 credits, and then again it has the Arthur funding, and then the post-alphabets commercial, and the Lego commercial, and the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the Arthur funding from Season 5 with blueberry blue polka dot background, and then the 1999 PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl running up to the screen, and then it goes to the DVD menu. Here's this next DVD release. This is Arthur's Perfect Christmas. Released on DVD on September 24th of 2002. And this special is about how Arthur wants to have the most perfect Christmas ever, but things don't go exactly as planned, and he accidentally breaks the present he gives to his mom. And there's one scene in the video. Arthur helps his animal friends, and Arthur goes to school. Arthur helps his animal friends, and Arthur goes to school on VHS. They have the Season 5 funding with the checkered green background, and they also have the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking. And Dan Finnegan, there's one scene in Arthur's Perfect Christmas that I find very hilarious. When DW throws a massive temper tantrum over having Quackers the Duck. And it goes, and he says, and DW goes, I wanted Tina to talking Debbie. I wanted Tina for Christmas. That's pretty funny. Oh boy. Here's a disc for Arthur's Perfect Christmas. And at the end of the Sony Wonder DVD release of Arthur's Perfect Christmas, it has the Arthur's Perfect Christmas funding. And then it has, after the end credits, it has the Arthur's Perfect Christmas funding, the Lego commercial, and the older Libby's Juicy Juice commercial from 1996 to 1999. And then it has the funding continued with that with viewers like you and thank you being shown, and then it just goes straight to the DVD menu. They did a pretty good job of releasing Arthur's Perfect Christmas on DVD, but in my opinion, they should have added one thing after the funding and before the DVD menu. I think after the funding, they should have put the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy ice skating in a snow globe at the end of the DVD release, because I think the PBS Kids snow globe bumper would fit perfectly for a Christmas DVD release like this, but for some reason they didn't use it. In fact, it has nothing after the funding on the Sony Wonder DVD release. It just goes straight to the DVD menu. This is also the case for Arthur's Great Summer. Even though I've seen the dot transformation bumper appear after the cheesy yellow pizza background in Season 6 funding, for Arthur Gets Spooked, You're Arthur, and Arthur Goes Crossfire, Arthur's Great Summer, for some strange reason, has nothing at the end after the Season 6 funding with the cheesy yellow pizza background. They could have added a dot transformation variant like the other releases with that yellow background. As for Arthur's Perfect Christmas, they could have added the PBS Kids snow globe bumper on this one, but there's nothing at the end of the Sony Wonder release. But on television airings of Arthur's Perfect Christmas, it has the funding, but with the updated Libby's Juicy Juice commercial on there. And then it has a word from Mark Brown, and then it has the 1999 PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking. Yeah, Arthur Makes a Movie on VHS also has the same funding as Arthur's Great Summer, and there's nothing at the end of the VHS release of Arthur Makes a Movie either. I have Arthur Makes a Movie, but I have it on DVD. We'll get to that when we show the 2005 DVD releases. Next up, this is a 2002 DVD release of Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll. Came out on DVD. Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll came out on DVD October 1st, 2002. And Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll was a television special that aired on PBS 1 month and 1 week before Season 7 premiered. So Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll was released as a television special on PBS to prepare for the 7th season coming out next month. Well, in my opinion of this special, the beginning is actually very funny because the Backstreet Boys sing I Want It That Way. Only the song gets interrupted by Francine and Muffy arguing. And here is the disc for Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll. After the end credits, it has brief footage of the Backstreet Boys singing that. Then it has the Arthur theme, and the Backstreet Boys sing the Arthur theme. There's brief footage of them after the credits. Then the Arthur website bumper, and in the Arthur It's Only Rock and Roll funding, and in the post-alphabets commercial, and then it has the Arthur funding continued. And then it has the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy looking into a fishbowl to find himself as an orange fish, only to get swallowed by Dot at the end. And then it goes to the DVD menu. Now, E.T. DVD VHS-C 2005. This next DVD release, we're going to imagine that it came out, even though it didn't. It would come out sometime after Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll, and before Arthur's Family Fun. Even though Arthur's Family Fun was actually the next release after Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll, we're going to imagine that something came after Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll, and before Arthur's Family Fun. Let's imagine that there's the 2003 DVD release of Arthur's School Surprises coming out on January 7th of 2003, a week before Arthur's Family Fun came out. And it would the DVD of Arthur's School Surprises would contain 3 episodes. Arthur's Substitute Teacher Trouble from Season 1, which is the only 11-minute episode on this release. And then followed by 2 full-length, followed by... On Arthur's School Surprises, we'll imagine that there are 3 episodes. Arthur's Substitute Teacher Trouble from Season 1 being the only 11-minute episode on this release. And then it would have a double-length episode called April 9th, and then another double-length episode called Elwood City Turns 100. And at the end of Arthur's School Surprises, the end credits would be from Season 7. And after the Kiddio commercial, it would have the Arthur funding, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the Post-Alphabets commercial. And then the Arthur funding from Season 7 with the Concord Great Purple Polka Dot background, which is actually the original Season 7 version of it, with grants from the U.S. Oh, the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial for Arthur's School Surprises would be helping children discover the fun of developing their bodies and their minds. Then it would have the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the Post-Alphabets commercial. And then it would have the Arthur funding from Season 7 with Concord Great Purple Polka Dot background, the same version used on the DVD release of Arthur's Family Ties, with a ready-to-learn U.S. Department of Education Public Broadcasting Service and Corporation for Public Broadcasting logos, except at the end of Arthur's School Surprises, after the funding, the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy ice skating in the snow globe would be used after the funding, and then it would go to the DVD menu. And what did you think of that, E.T. DVD VHS 2005? Alright, this next DVD release would come out a week after Arthur's School Surprises, and it is Arthur's Family Fun. Came out on January 14th, 2003. And the episodes on this release include Arthur and Los Vecinos, the Justin Bradley version of Arthur and Los Vecinos from Season 6, Sue Ellen's Little Sister from Season 2, and Arthur's Family Feud from Season 5. And if you look over there, the disc. Now, after the Kiddio commercial, it has the Arthur funding, and then there is an error. Chuck E. Cheese's is sponsored on the back cover of this DVD release, but the Lego commercial is actually used in the funding. And then it has the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then it has the Post-Alphabets commercial, and then it has the Arthur funding from Season 6 with the checkered green background, and then the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut, and then it would go to the DVD menu. So I'm assuming when you were watching Arthur E.T. DVD VHS 2005, I think when you were watching Arthur, all you saw were the PBS Kids Go bumpers on there because it already aired in the Go block when you were watching Arthur. But this DVD was released in 2003. That was way before the Go block started. So it has the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. I do have a couple of DVDs released in 2005 that still have the PBS Kids dash transformation or dot transformation bumpers, even after the PBS Kids Go bumpers existed. I have a couple of DVDs from 2005 that still have the PBS Kids transformation bumpers, despite the fact that they came out when Arthur aired on PBS Kids Go at that time. I would prefer the original voice actor, Michael Yarmush. What would you think? Back to Arthur. We're showing you Arthur's Snow Day. This also came out on January 14th, 2003. And the episodes on there include The Rat Who Came to Dinner, The Long Dull Winter, and The Blizzard. And here is a disc for Arthur's Snow Day. Family fun after the Kiddio commercial. On Arthur's Snow Day, after the Kiddio commercial, it has the Arthur funding, and then it has the same error. Even though Chuck E. Cheese is sponsored on the back cover, it has the Lego commercial on there. And then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the Post Alphabets commercial. And then the Arthur funding from season 6 with checkered green background. And then the PBS Kids logo with Dot the girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. And then the DVD menu. Now, let's imagine that there is one more DVD release that came out on January 14th, 2003 that actually did not come out, but let's pretend it did come out at the same time as Arthur's Family Fun and Arthur's Snow Day on January 14th. The cut short version of the Dash transformation bumper just starts at the part where Dash is the robot. My DVD of Arthur the Big Riddle has that happen. And, so let's imagine that there was another DVD that came out on January 14th, 2003 called Arthur Takes Courage. The episodes on the DVD of Arthur Takes Courage would be it's probably not going to be on YouTube because it's a very rare variant. Because so ET DVD VHS 2005. Let's pretend that there was another DVD release that came out on January 14th, 2003 at the same time as Arthur's Snow Day and Arthur's Family Fun. And it's called Arthur Takes Courage. And the episodes on the DVD of Arthur Takes Courage would be Pick a Car, Any Car from Season 7, Background Blues from Season 3, and Arthur, World's Greatest Gleeper from Season 1. At the end of the DVD of Arthur Takes Courage, after the end credits from Season 1 and the Kiddio commercial, it would have the Arthur funding, and then it would have the Post Alphabets commercial, and then the Lego commercial, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the Arthur funding from, and the website bumper included, and in the end credits and the Kiddio commercial. But then, after the Arthur funding, on Arthur Takes Courage, there is actually no error. Lego is actually sponsored on both the back cover and is the sponsor on Arthur Takes Courage. It would have after the Arthur website bumper and credits and Kiddio commercial for Arthur Takes Courage, it would have the Arthur funding, and then the Post Alphabets commercial, and then the Lego commercial, and yes, Lego is sponsored on the back cover, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, And then the ARPA funding from season 6 with the Concord grape purple polka dot background. The same one from ARPA the Good Sport, ARPA's Snow Day, and ARPA's Family Fun. For ARPA Takes Courage, after the ARPA funding, it would have the Post Alphabets commercial, and then the Lego commercial. And yes, Lego is sponsored on the back cover. And then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the ARPA funding from season 6 with Concord grape purple polka dot background. And then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. And then it would go to the DVD menu. Next up, we get into a January 14, 2003 DVD release that did come out at that time as ARPA Takes Courage, ARPA's Snow Day, and ARPA's Family Fun, even though ARPA Takes Courage never really came out. This is called ARPA's Famous Friends. Now, it came out on January 14, 2003. The VHS came out in March of 2000, but this is the 2003 DVD release. Episodes on here include Arthur Meets Mr. Rogers from Season 2, I'm a Poet from Season 1, and My Music Rules from Season 4. And here's the disc. Now, you may think that because it's a 2003 release, you may think that it has the Kideo commercial and the ARPA funding, but it actually has the Season 4 funding with U.S. Department of Education and Viewers Like You, Thank You being shown. Then it has the older Libby Juice, and then it has the older Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then it has the Baby Gap commercial, even though Lego is sponsored on the back cover. And then it has the Post Alphabets commercial. And then it has the 1999 PBS Kids logo with Dot the girl running up to the screen. And then it has the ARPA website bumper. It's like the VHS release, but the DVD release omits the ARPA video collection promo afterwards and goes straight to the DVD menu. Next up, we get into the 2003 DVD. We get into the releases released on June 10th of 2003. Here it is. ARPA's Tasty Treats. The ARPA's Tasty Treats DVD came out on June 10th of 2003. Right there. And on the back, it has the episodes Buster Sweet Success, which is the Justin Bradley version, Dad's Dessert Dilemma from Season 3, and How the Cookie Crumbles is from Season 2. I have seen the Mark Rendell version of Buster Sweet Success on television that I recorded back in 2009. But the DVD of ARPA's Tasty Treats has the Justin Bradley version of Buster Sweet Success. And here's a disc for ARPA's Tasty Treats. And after the And Now a Word from Us Kids segment, website bumper, end credits, and Kideo commercial, the ARPA funding is used. And then it has the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, the same one used for ARPA's School Surprises, with the announcer saying, helping children discover the fun of developing their bodies and their minds. Then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial. And then it has the Post Alphabets commercial. Yeah. And then it has the ARPA funding from Season 7 with the cheesy yellow pizza background, which is the Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. And then it has the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. This is the first release to use it. And then it goes straight to the DVD menu. Next up, 2003 DVD release of Arthur's Best Friends. That also came out on June 10th of 2003. And the episodes include DW's Dear Friend and Arthur's Faraway Friend, which are both from Season 2, and Buster's Back from Season 3. On this DVD, in the Arthur theme song, it has the water splashing sounds on there. And here's the disc for Arthur's Best Friends. After the website bumper, end credits, and Kiddio commercial, it has the Arthur funding, the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and the Post-Alphabets commercial. Then the Arthur funding from Season 7 with Cheesy Yellow Pizza background used for reruns of Seasons 1 through 4. And then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. And then it goes to the DVD menu. And if you want to know the difference between the Dash transformation and the dot transformation variants of the PBS Kids logo, the Dash transformation variant has Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, and then it has Dash's PBS Kids logo being shown with dark blue bubbles shaking on a pale spring bud background. That's what the Dash transformation variant has, while the dot transformation variant has Dot the girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut, and then it has Dot's PBS Kids logo being shown on a background filled with a nighttime sky with stars. And other shows that use the Dash transformation and dot transformation variants besides Arthur, I know Clifford the Big Red Dog had used the dot transformation variant, but when I was watching Clifford the Big Red Dog on television back in 2003, there was an error in the PBS Kids dot transformation bumper, and the PBS Kids dot transformation bumper had the Snow Globe logos audio for some strange reason. For some strange reason, when I was watching Clifford on television in 2003, the dot transformation bumper had the Snow Globe audio, which is weird. And I'm pretty sure Clifford the Big Red Dog had also used the Dash transformation variant. Actually, there are some recordings from archive.org that actually have the Dash transformation bumper after the Clifford funding. If you look at the Internet Archive. Hold on one second. We're going to look at the 2003 DVD release of Arthur's Baby. Well, I like the John Ritter version of Clifford the Big Red Dog much better because it was more exciting in a way. Don't you agree? E.T. DVD VHS-C 2005. No, there was nothing wrong. I was just checking on what to do after showing Arthur's Baby and Arthur Writes His Story. Here's the DVD of Arthur's Baby. episodes on Arthur's Baby include Arthur's Baby, DW's Baby, and Arthur Babysits, which are all from season 1. And here is the disc for Arthur's Baby. Now, this DVD does not have a website bumper. It just goes to the end credits and then the Arthur funding from season 1, and then the Kiddo commercial, and then the Arthur funding, the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and post-alphabets commercial, and then the Arthur funding from season 7 with Cheesy Yellow Pizza background, which is the version used on reruns from seasons 1 through 4, and then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. And then it goes to the DVD menu. Here is the next DVD release. This is called Arthur Writes a Story, that came out on June 10th, 2003. And like Arthur's Baby, Arthur Writes a Story also has the season 1 funding. And the episodes include Arthur Writes a Story and Locked in the Library, which are both from season 1. And I'd rather read it myself from season 3. And here's the disc. And like Arthur's Baby, the funding is shown twice. Except Arthur Writes a Story has the website bumper included. Then the end credits, the funding, Kiddo commercial, Arthur funding, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and the post-alphabets commercial. And then it has the Arthur funding from season 7 with Cheesy Yellow Pizza background, seasons 1 through 4 reruns version, and then PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, and then a DVD menu. Now, let's imagine back on July 29th of 2003, there existed the DVD. Arthur's Mystery Files and Arthur's Storybook were already released on VHS, but let's imagine that they came to DVD in July 29th of 2003. Arthur's Mystery Files would have the episodes, Arthur Accused and Fern's Slumber Party and Binky Rules. Now, I noted the VHS release of Arthur's Mystery Files has the Arthur website bumper included, then the end credits, the Arthur funding, and I believe it has the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then it has the Lego commercial, and then the post-alphabets commercial, and then the Arthur funding from season 5 with the banana yellow polka dot background, and then the 1999 PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking on the VHS release. But the DVD release would have the credits, but then the Kiddo commercial would be included. Then it would have the Arthur funding, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then a Chuck E. Cheese's commercial. The Chuck E. Cheese's Laughing commercial from 2002 with the announcer saying, "Why are these kids laughing?" or not. And for some reason, Lego is sponsored in the back cover, but it has a Chuck E. Cheese's commercial on the Arthur's Mystery Files DVD release. And then it has the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, then the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then it has the post-alphabets commercial. And then it would have the Arthur funding from season 7 with the checkered green background, seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. And then the 1999 PBS Kids logo with Dot the girl running up to the screen. And then it would go to the DVD menu. What did you think of that? Don't you mean Avenger Chuck? All right. So, I'm all right. Let's find out. All right. Here we go. Now, also on July 29th, 2003 would come the DVD releases, the DVD release of Harper's Storybook, and there would be one episode being replaced. Now, I know the VHS release of Harper's Storybook would have the episodes Just Desserts, Buster Hits the Books, and DW Tailspins. But for the DVD release of Harper's Storybook, the episodes would be Just Desserts, DW's Library Card, and DW Tailspins for the DVD release. Now, I know the VHS release would have the Season 5 funding in the yellow background and the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking, but for the DVD release of Arthur's Mystery Files, or the DVD release of Arthur's Storybook, it would have the Arthur website bumper and credits, and the Kiddo commercial would be included. And yeah, the Season 5 end credits would be used for Arthur's Storybook. But then it would have the Kiddo commercial, and then the Arthur funding, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the Post-Alphabets commercial. And then it would have the Arthur funding from Season 7 with Cheesy Yellow Pizza background, Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. But then it would have the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy ice skating in the snow globe. And then it would go to the DVD menu. How would that be? All right. Next up, we get into the 2003 DVD release of Arthur Gets Spooked. And Arthur Gets Spooked is the last DVD release to contain Justin Bradley versions of Arthur episodes on there. It's released on September 2nd, 2003. And the episodes would be the Scare Your Pants Off Club, Friday the 13th, and The Boy Who Cried Comet. And here is a disc for Arthur Gets Spooked. At the end of The Boy Who Cried Comet, it has the "And Now a Word from Us Kids" segment. and it has the Arthur website bumper and credits and the Kiddio commercial on there. Then the Arthur funding, and in the Post Alphabets commercial, the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial. Then it has the Arthur funding from season 6 with the cheesy yellow pizza background. And in the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut, and then it would go to the DVD menu. All right. Another DVD release that came out on September 2nd of 2003 is Arthur Cracks the Case, released on September 2nd, 2003, just like Arthur Gets Spooked. And the episodes on Arthur Cracks the Case would be DW's Snow Mystery, Arthur's Mystery Envelope, and Finders Keepers. Arthur Gets Spooked has the season 6 end credits with the techno remix on it. Arthur Cracks the Case has the season 2 end credits. And here's the disc. And then after the credits for Arthur Cracks the Case, it would have the Kiddio commercial, the Arthur funding, the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, the Post Alphabets commercial, and the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial. Then the Arthur funding from season 7 with Concord Grape purple polka dot background, the version used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns. And then the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. And then it would go to the DVD menu. Next up, 2003 DVD release of Arthur's Pet Business. Wait, I think I should show you Arthur's Teacher Trouble first. Here we go. And Arthur's Teacher Trouble also came out on DVD on September 2nd of 2003. And the episodes... Arthur Cracks the Case was the first DVD release to use the season 7 funding, the seasons 1 through 4 reruns in the purple background. Now we're going into Arthur's Teacher Trouble, which the episodes are Arthur's Teacher Trouble and Arthur's Spelling Trouble, which are both from season 1, and the Justin Bradley version of Arthur Plays the Blues is on there. Arthur's Music Medley also has Arthur Plays the Blues, but it's the Mark Rendell redubbed version on Arthur's Music Medley. And here's the disc for Arthur's Teacher Trouble, and for some reason, this has the Arthur end credits from season 6 with the techno remix and the Kiddio commercial, and then the Arthur funding and the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the Post Alphabets commercial. And then you would think that the DVD of Arthur's Teacher Trouble would have the season 6 funding in the Concord Grape polka dot background. Actually, the DVD of Arthur's Teacher Trouble, even though it has the techno remix in the end credits, it would have the season 7 funding with the cheesy yellow pizza background used for seasons 1 through 4 reruns, despite the techno remix credits being used on Arthur's Teacher Trouble. The season 7 funding with the cheesy yellow pizza background used for seasons 1 through 4 reruns is used instead. Then it has the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. Then the DVD menu. And here is the 2003 DVD release of Arthur's Pet Business. Came out on September 2nd of 2003. Episodes in there would include Arthur's Pet Business and DW the Copycat, which are both from season 1, and Pet Peeved from season 5. And here is the disc for Arthur's Pet Business, and it has the season 5 end credits of Arthur, and the Kiddio commercial included, and the website bumpers on Arthur's Pet Business, but it's not on Arthur's Teacher Trouble. Arthur's Pet Business has the website bumper, the end credits, and the Kiddio commercial on there. And then the art for funding with the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and Post Alphabets commercial. And the art for funding from season 7 with the cheesy yellow pizza background, seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. And the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, and then the DVD menu. That's just my brother typing in Juicy Juice on there. Arthur's Pet Business actually has the season 5 credits on there, actually. That's just my brother typing in Juicy Juice. He's just a silly brother. Alright. Now we get into the 2004 DVD releases. And some of the 2004 DVD releases would have Teddy Grahams being sponsored on the back cover, even though they have the Post Alphabets commercial. And this is one of them with that error. Arthur's Pet Follies, released on January 27th of 2004. Yeah, he's nice. Episodes include Francine and the Feline from season 3, Hide and Snake from season 4, and So Long Spanky from season 1. And here is the disc for Arthur's Pet Follies. After So Long Spanky ends, it has the "And Now a Word from Us Kids" segment, the website bumper, the end credits. And then it has the art for funding, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the Post Alphabets commercial, even though Teddy Grahams Snacks is sponsored on the back cover. And then it has the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the art for funding from season 7 with Concord Great Purple Polka Dot background, seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. And then the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. Then the Kiddio commercial and the Sony Wonder Online bumper and the DVD menu. And Arthur's Pet Follies is the only DVD release of Arthur's Pet Follies is the only Arthur release that has Teddy Grahams sponsored on the back cover, even though it has the Post Alphabets commercial. It's the only DVD to have Teddy Grahams being sponsored on the back cover, while it has the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. The other DVD releases with that error have the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming to a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. But this is the only release to have Teddy Grahams being sponsored on the back, to have the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. Then it goes to the Kiddio commercial, and it goes straight to the DVD menu. Here's the second DVD release from January 27th, 2004. Here it is. Arthur Saves the Day. None of the DVD releases from January 27th, 2004, none of the 2004 releases released on January 27th, 2004, they don't include the Sony Wonder Online bumper on there. And the episodes on Arthur Saves the Day include Buster Baxter Cat Saver from season 2, the W All Wet from season 1, and the Big Blow Up from season 2. And here's the disc for Arthur Saves the Day. And it has the Arthur website bumper and the end credits, the Kiddio commercial. Actually, wait. The Arthur website bumper, the end credits, and then the funding. And then it has the And then it has the Post Alphabets commercial, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial. The pattern is the same as Arthur Gets Spooked. But get this. Arthur Saves the Day is actually the first DVD release to use the checkered green background in the Season 7 funding that is used for Seasons 1 through 4 reruns. The first release to use the green background version, along with the re-release of Arthur Makes a Team, also being released on the same day. Then it has the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, and the Kiddo commercial, and it goes straight to the DVD menu. Like Arthur's Pet Follies, Arthur Saves the Day also does not have the Sony Wonder Online bumper. And neither does Arthur Makes a Team or Arthur's Lost Library book. Even though the VHS releases have it. Even though the VHS releases of Arthur's Pet Follies and Arthur Saves the Day feature the website bumper, the DVDs don't. Next up, Arthur Makes the Team, 2004 DVD release, January 27th of 2004. Episodes include Arthur Makes the Team and Meek for a Week, which are both from Season 1, and an Arthur the Loser from Season 2. And here's the disc. And the disc of Arthur Makes the Team has the exact same shade of green as the disc of Arthur Cracks the Case does. After Arthur the Loser ends, it has the website bumper, and in the end credits, the Arthur funding, the Post Alphabets commercial, Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial. And then it has the Arthur funding from Season 7 with the checkered green background, Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. And in the Kiddo commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. And Teddy Grahams is sponsored on the DVD of Arthur Makes a Team, but the Post Alphabets commercial is used. Next up, this is the 2004 DVD release of Arthur's Lost Library book. The also came out on January 27th of 2004. Episodes on there include Arthur's Lost Library book and DW's Imaginary Friend that are both from Season 1, and DW's Library Card from Season 4. And here is the disc for Arthur's Lost Library book. After DW's Library Card ends on Arthur's Lost Library book, it has the Arthur website bumper, and then it has the end credits from Season 4. Arthur Makes the Team has the Season 2 one, while Arthur Saves the Day also has the Season 2 one. And Arthur's Pet Follies has the Season 4 credits, just like Arthur's Lost Library book does. And then after the credits on Arthur's Lost Library book, it has the Arthur funding, then the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and the Post Alphabets commercial. And then it has the Arthur funding from Season 7 with the cheesy yellow pizza background, Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. Then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, and then it has the Kiddo commercial, and then it goes straight to the DVD menu. Arthur Makes the Team also does not feature the Sony Wonder Online bumper. Now, before we get into the releases from June 8th of 2004, we're going to imagine a couple of DVDs that came out. Let's imagine there was one DVD release of Arthur that came out on March 16th, 2004, called Arthur's Field Trip Festivities. The episodes on there would include The World of Tomorrow and Buster's Honest The episodes for Arthur's field trip festivities would be The World of Tomorrow and Buster's Amish Mismatch from season 7. And then the double-length episode Postcards from Buster, which is from season 8. Now, after the episode Postcards from Buster ends, it would have the end credits, and then it would have the ARPA funding, the post-alphabets commercial, and then it has the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial. For Arthur's field trip festivities, after the credits, it would have the ARPA funding. For Arthur's field trip festivities, it has the website bumper and then the end credits from season 7, and then it has the ARPA funding and then the post-alphabets commercial, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial. And then it would have the ARPA funding from season 7 with checkered green background. Which is actually the regular season 7 version with Ready to Learn, U.S. Department of Education, Corporation for Public Broadcasting Service, and Corporation for Public Broadcasting logos, and then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy looking into a fishbowl to find himself as an orange fish and then getting swallowed by Dot. Then the Kiddo commercial, the Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. For Arthur's field trip festivities, the end credits would be from season 7. All right. Now for the DVDs, let's imagine there were 2 DVDs released on April 6th, 2004. With one being called Arthur Perseveres and the other being called Arthur's Sister Adventures. First, we'll do Arthur Perseveres. The episodes for Arthur Perseveres would be the Mark Rendell version of Prunella's Special Edition, the Justin Bradley version of The Boy with His Head in the Clouds, and Desk Wars from season 8. And then on Arthur Perseveres, after Desk Wars ends, it would have the website bumper, and then the end credits from season 6 with a techno remix, and then it would have the ARPA funding, Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the post-alphabets commercial, and then the ARPA funding from season 6 with Concord Great Purple Polka Dot background, but then it has the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy ice skating in a snow globe, then the Kiddo commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. And for Arthur's Sister Adventures, the episodes would be Prove It from season 4, DW's Backpack Mishap from season 6, which is the Justin Bradley version, and Is There a Doctor in the House from season 7. And the Arthur's Sister Adventure DVD release of Arthur's Sister Adventures released in 2000. After the end credits for Is There a Doctor in the House from season 7, it would have the end credits, and then the Arthur end credits from, it would have the website bumper, and then the end credits from season 6 with the techno remix, just like Arthur Perseveres, except Justin Bradley would be credited instead of Mark Rendell. And then it would have the Arthur funding, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's laughing commercial with the announcer saying, "Why are these kids laughing or not?" And then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the post-alphabets commercial, and then the Arthur funding from season 6 with checkered green background, just like Arthur the Good Sport, Arthur's Family Fun, and Arthur's Snow Day. Then it would have the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. Then the Kiddo commercial, then the Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. What did you think of that? And what did you like about Arthur Perseveres? All right. Now On to the June 8th of 2004 DVD releases. This is Parents Are From Pluto, from June 8th of 2004. Episodes on here are Kids Are From Earth, Parents Are From Pluto, My Dad the Garbage Man, and Mom and Dad Have a Great Big Fight. And here's the disc for Parents Are From Pluto. After the episode, Mom and Dad Have a Great Big Fight ends, it has the the website bumper, then the end credits from season 5, and then it has the ARPA funding, and then the post-alphabets commercial, and then the updated Chuck E. Cheese's commercial with the announcer saying, "Opening the door to all the fun and joy of learning." And it has the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the ARPA funding from season 6 with Concord Great Purple Polka Dot background. Yep, that's the first release to use it. And then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. Then the ARPA Step Into Reading bumper, and then the Kideo commercial, the Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. And what did you like about what comes after the funding for ARPA Perseveres? What did you like about what did you like about the fact that of what comes after the funding for ARPA Perseveres? What did you like about that? All right. Next DVD release is DW Thinks Big, that also came out on June 8th of 2004. And the episodes would be DW Thinks Big, Arthur and DW Clean Up, and For Whom the Bell Tolls. DW Thinks Big is from season 1, Arthur and DW Clean Up is from season 3, and For Whom the Bell Tolls is from season 6. And this is the first release to feature season 6 fundings, season 6 episodes, with Mark Rendell redubbing. And here's a disc for DW Thinks Big. I know ARPA Perseveres, but what do you like about what comes after the season 6 funding? So what is it you want to talk about? So here's a disc for DW Thinks Big. After For Whom the Bell Tolls ends, it would have the end ARPA website bumper, the end credits, the ARPA funding, and then the Teddy Grahams Snacks commercial. And Teddy Grahams is sponsored in the back cover, and that's correct about it. And then a Chuck E. Cheese's commercial and the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial. The ARPA funding from season 7 with checkered green background, seasons 1 through 4 version. And the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial takes a little, the black screen lasts a little bit longer before the green background, starting from June 8, 2004 to October 5th, 2004. It has the season 7 funding with checkered green background, seasons 1 through 4 reruns version, PBS Kids logo with Dash the boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. Yeah, it does. But after the season 6 funding, the season 7 funding with the checkered green background used for seasons 1 through 4 reruns, it has the PBS Kids logo with Dash the boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. Then the ARPA Step Into Reading bumper. Then the Kideo commercial. And the Sony Wonder Online bumper in the DVD menu. Next up, Arthur's Eyes. Released on June 8th of 2004 on DVD. Episodes on here include Arthur's Eyes, Francine's Bad Hair Day, and Draw. Arthur's Eyes and Francine's Bad Hair Day are from season 1, and Draw is from season 2. Here's the disc for Arthur's Eyes. It has the, at the end of this tape, it has At the end of Arthur's Eyes, it just goes straight to the end credits. There is no website bumper on this release. Yeah, Arthur's Eyes was the very first release to be on VHS, but the 2004 DVD just goes straight to the end credits without a website bumper, and then it goes to the funding, the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, the post-alphabets commercial, and then the older Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, with the announcer saying, helping children discover the fun of developing their bodies and their minds. And then this is the last Arthur DVD release to you. And then it has the Arthur funding from season 7 with Concord Great Purple Polka Dot background, seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. Then the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. Then the Kiddo commercial, the Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. Next up, Arthur's Family Vacation, the last DVD release from June 8th of 2004. Episodes on here include Arthur's Family Vacation, Grandpa Dave's Old Country Farm, and Arthur's Almost Boring Day, all of which are from season 1. And here's the disc for Arthur's Family Vacation. After Arthur's Almost Boring Day ends, it just goes straight to the end credits without a website bumper on it. Then it has the Arthur funding and the updated Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the Teddy Grahams Snacks commercial is used. And yes, Teddy Grahams is correctly sponsored on there. That's correct. And then after the Teddy Grahams Snacks commercial, it has the Arthur funding from season 7 with cheesy yellow pizza background, seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. And then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. Kiddo commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper, and a DVD menu. Now we'll get into the DVD releases from August 3rd, 2004. Here's the first one. Arthur's School of Hard Knocks. Episodes on here include Arthur versus the Very Mean Crossing Guard from season 2, Buster Makes the Grade from season 1, and DW All Fired Up from season 2, or season 3, I meant to say. Here's the disc for Arthur's School of Hard Knocks. It looks more orange than that of Parents Are From Pluto. And at the end of the episode DW All Fired Up on the DVD of Arthur's School of Hard Knocks, it just goes straight to the end credits without a website bumper on it. Then it has the Arthur funding, the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Post-Alphabets commercial. Yes, it is released on VHS. Anyway, Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and Post-Alphabets commercial. Yes, it is sponsored on the back. Then it has the Arthur funding from season 7 with checkered green background, seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. Then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. And then it goes to the Kiddo commercial. The Arthur season 7, it has the Arthur School of Hard Knocks is the Arthur season 7 funding with checkered green background used for seasons 1 through 4 reruns. PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. Then the Arthur Step Into Reading bumper, then the Kiddo commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. Next up, 2004 DVD release of Arthur's New Puppy. And Dan Finnegan, what other Arthur DVDs did you get at the library besides Arthur's School of Hard Knocks? Arthur's New Puppy also came out on DVD on August 3rd of 2004. And the episodes include Arthur's New Puppy and Buster's Dino Dilemma, which are both from Season 1, and Binky Barnes' Wingman from Season 4. And here's the disc for Arthur's New Puppy. At the end of the episode, Binky Barnes' Wingman on the Arthur's New Puppy DVD, it has the Arthur website bumper, and in the end credits from Season 1, or actually Season 4, I meant to say, Arthur's Family Vacation and Arthur's Eyes have the Season 1 credits. I know there's an error. We'll get to that. After the end credits for Arthur's New Puppy, there is the Arthur funding, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and in the post-alphabets commercial, even though Teddy Grahams is sponsored on the back cover. Then the Arthur funding from Season 6, or Season 7, with the Arthur funding from Season 7 with checkered green background, Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. And in the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a caveman, or PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, excuse me. Then the KDO commercial, and in the Sony Wonder Online bumper in the DVD menu. So Arthur's New Puppy has the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. That's what I meant to say for the Arthur's New Puppy DVD release, is that Arthur's New Puppy has Dash transformation on it. This next DVD also has an error, but on the screen and not on the back cover. And it is Arthur's First Sleepover. It came out on DVD. No, Arthur's New Puppy actually has the checkered green background used in the Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version of the Season 7 funding. And Arthur's First Sleepover came out on DVD in August of 2004, August 3rd. Episodes would include Arthur's First Sleepover from Season 1, Arthur's Lost Dog from Season 1, and Water and the Brain from Season 2. And here's the disc for Arthur's First Sleepover, and it has the same shade of blue as the DVD release of Arthur's Tooth. At the end of Arthur's First Sleepover, after the episode Water in the Brain wraps up on the DVD of Arthur's First Sleepover, it has the Arthur website bumper and in the end credits from Season 2, and then it has the Arthur funding, and then it has the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the funding for Arthur is provided by Screen appears again. Then it has the Teddy Grahams Snacks commercial, and yes, Teddy Grahams is sponsored. And then it has the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Arthur funding from Season 7 with checkered green background, Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version, and the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. And in the KDO commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper in the DVD menu. And Dan Finnegan, what year did you record your recorded tape with Arthur episodes on there? Yeah, that's what usually happens. And next up, we get into the 2004 DVD release of Arthur Gets Along. This is not a Sony Wonder DVD release this time. It's an Our Time Family Entertainment DVD release. and it came out on September 7th, 2004. And it includes 3 season 7 episodes, including VW's Time Trouble, To Tibble the Truth, and Waiting to Go. And here is the disc for Arthur Gets Along. What PBS Kids logos did you see in the recording of the Arthur episodes that have been recorded, Dan Finnegan? After the episode Waiting to Go ends on Arthur Gets Along, it has the Arthur website bumper, then the end credits from season 7, and then the Arthur funding, the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, the Post Alphabets commercial, and the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial. Then it has the Arthur funding from season 7 with the cheesy yellow pizza background, but it's the regular version with Ready to Learn, U.S. Department of Education, Public Broadcasting Service, and Corporation for Public Broadcasting on a cheesy yellow pizza background, which is very rare. Then it has the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut, and then it goes to the DVD menu. Yeah, that must have been recorded in like 2001, because the Arthur episodes didn't use the transformation bumpers until like around 2002 or 2003. The ones I remember seeing on Arthur when I was a child, I saw the one with Dash transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver. And Dan Finnegan, do you want to know what ones I saw when I watched Arthur on television? When I watched Arthur on television, Dan Finnegan, back in 2003, I saw the PBS Kids logo with Dash the boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. All right, Dan Finnegan, when I was watching Arthur back in 2003, I remember Arthur had the PBS Kids logo with Dash the boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. And I also saw the one with Dot the girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. And I also saw the one with Dash the boy looking into the fishbowl on television airings of Arthur that I watched back in 2003. Yeah, and I know that the green background on television airings would be followed by the PBS Kids fishbowl bumper, and I think the purple background would have the PBS Kids snow globe bumper following it, but that's just my assumption. But when I was recording Arthur back in 2009, when Elwood City turns 100, I saw the PBS Kids Go bumpers after the purple background. Next up, if you notice, I have 2 copies of Arthur's music medley. And the reason why I have 2 is because this copy of Arthur's music medley I got does not work anymore, unfortunately. Yeah. Since I was born in 2000 and I was watching Arthur back in 2003, I remember seeing the PBS Kids logos on Arthur. I saw the PBS Kids logos with Dash the boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, Dot the girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut, and Dash the boy looking into the fishbowl. I did not see the snow globe one when I was watching Arthur, at least to my knowledge. The only time I did saw the PBS Kids snow globe bumper in 2003 was when I was watching Sesame Street. Anyway, this copy of Arthur's music medley right there is broken, and this one works. Episodes include the Mark Rendell version of Arthur Plays the Blues from Season 6, Brother Can You Spare a Clarinet from Season 6, and To Beat or Not to Beat from Season 4. And this is the first DVD release to have the newer... Alright. I don't know what to do with it, but I am keeping this copy of Arthur's Music Medley right there, the second copy I got that works perfectly. And Arthur's Music Medley is the first DVD to use the newer Chuck E. Cheese logo from 2004 on the back cover. And the last DVD release to use the older Chuck E. Cheese logo on the back cover. The last DVD release to use the older Chuck E. Cheese logo on the back cover was Arthur's First Sleepover, released in August of 2004. And this came out in October of 2004. Here is the disc. Arthur's Music Medley does, after the episode 2 Beat or Not to Beat ends on Arthur's Music Medley, it just goes straight to the end credits with the techno remix. There is no website bumper. Then it has the Arthur funding. Then it has the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the post-alphabet commercial. But instead of the Season 7 funding in the Cheesy Yellow Pizza background that's used for Seasons 1 through 4 reruns, instead, Arthur's Music Medley, after those sponsors, has the Season 6 funding with the Concord Grape Purple Polka Dot background. Yeah, cookie jar seen on the back. And Teddy Grahams is sponsored on the back cover, but it actually has the post-alphabets commercial. Then it has the Arthur funding, instead of the one from Season 7 with the Cheesy Yellow Pizza background that's used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns. On Arthur's Music Medley, this has the Season 6 funding with the Concord Grape Purple Polka Dot background. And then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. And then the KDO commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. And Arthur's Music Medley is by far the only DVD release in 2004 to have the older Chuck E. Cheese's commercial with the Season 6 funding with the Concord Grape Purple Polka Dot background on there. Even though this came out in October of 2004, it has the older Chuck E. Cheese's commercial with the announcer saying, helping children discover the fun of developing their bodies and their minds. Because most of them released in October 2004 would have the updated one with the announcer saying, opening the door to all the fun and joy of learning. But not this one. Here's the next one, DW's Blanky, 2004 DVD release. Episodes on here are DW's Blanky and the Perfect Brother, which are both from Season 1. And it has Go to Your Room DW from Season 2. Here's the disc for DW's Blanky. After the episode Go to Your Room DW ends, it just goes straight to the end credits without the website bumper. And then it has the Arthur funding. And then the Teddy Grahams Snacks commercial, even though Post Alphabets is sponsored on the back cover. And it has the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, the updated one, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial. Then the Arthur funding from Season 7 with checkered green background, Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. Then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. And then the Kideo commercial. Then the Sony Wonder Online bumper and DVD menu. Although the cookie jar logo was seen on DVD release, although the cookie jar logo is on the back cover of Arthur DVD releases beginning in October of 2004, they still kept the Sinar logo on the screen until May of 2005. The Kideo commercials used, and then the Sony Wonder Online bumper, then the DVD menu. Next, we have Arthur's Chickenpox, which is the last DVD release from 2004. And the last DVD to have Juicy Juice being sponsored. And the last DVD to have Teddy Grahams on the back cover, even though it has the Post Alphabets commercial on there. Episodes include Arthur's Chickenpox and Arthur and the True Francine from Season 1 and Double Tibble Trouble from Season 3. Here is the disc for Arthur's Chickenpox. And it has, after Double Tibble Trouble ends, it has the end credits without the website bumper. And then it has the Arthur funding, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and the Post Alphabets commercial. And then the Arthur funding from Season 7 with Cheesy Yellow Pizza background, Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. The last DVD to use it. Then it has the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. And then it has the Kiddio commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. Now we're going to imagine 2 DVDs being released on November 23rd, 2004, with one being called Arthur's TV Free Week, and the other being called Arthur's Birthday. First, we'll do Arthur's TV Free Week. Now, the episodes on the DVD version of Arthur's TV Free Week would include Arthur's TV Free Week and Night Fright from the VHS release, and then it would have the bonus episode called The Last of Mary Moo Cow. And then on Arthur's TV Free Week, it would have the website bumper, and then the end credits, and then the Arthur funding, and then the Teddy Grahams Snacks commercial. And yes, Teddy Grahams is sponsored on the back cover of it. And then it would have the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the updated Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Arthur funding from Season 7 with Concord Grape Purple Polka Dot background, Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. Then the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. Then the Kiddio commercial. Then the Sony Wonder Online bumper and the DVD menu. What did you think about the contents for the DVD of Arthur's TV Free Week with the episodes and content? Now, let's imagine that another DVD came out on the same day as Arthur's TV Free Week called Arthur's Birthday. And the episodes on the DVD version of Arthur's Birthday would include Arthur's Birthday and Buster's New Friend, which are both from the VHS release from Season 1, followed by the bonus episode DW Dancing Queen from Season 8. And then at the end of Arthur's Birthday, after the last few seconds of DW Dancing Queen on the DVD after DW Dancing Queen ends on the DVD of Arthur's Birthday, it would have the Arthur website bumper and then the Arthur end credits from Season 8. And then it would have the Arthur funding, and then it would have the Teddy Grahams commercial, and then it would have the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial. But then it would have the Arthur funding from Season 8 with Concord Grape Purple Polka Dot background. And then it would have the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy ice skating in a snow globe. And then the Kiddio commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. And what do you think of the PBS Kids snow globe bumper and the Season 8 funding in the purple background being used on Arthur's Birthday DVD? Alright, back to the real releases. We're now into the 2005 DVD releases. Arthur's Money Matters, released on February 1st, 2005, and it came out 2 days before ET DVD VHS-C 2005 was born. Episodes on there would include Arthur Bounces Back from Season 1, DW Tricks the Tooth Fairy from Season 3, and more from Season 6, which is the Mark Rendell version. And the disc for Arthur's Money Matters considering the fact that the DVD of Arthur's birthday would come out November 23rd, 2004. And what do you think of the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper being used on the DVD of Arthur's birthday, along with the season 8 funding with the Concord Great Purple Polka Dot background? All right. For Arthur's Money Matters, at the end of the episode more, it has the Arthur website bumper and then the end credits from season 6 with the techno remix. And then it has the Arthur funding and the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial. Then the Arthur funding from season 6 with Concord Great Purple Polka Dot background. Diver to a Robot. Then the Kideo commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. Also came out February 1st, 2005. And the episodes include Arthur and the Big Riddle from season 5, It's a No-Brainer, also from season 5, and Rhyme for Your Life from season 6. And here's the disc for Arthur the Big Riddle. I will get to that when we get to Arthur's Tooth coming up, which I'll show you after Arthur's Treasure Hunt. But we're looking at Arthur the Big Riddle. After the episode Rhyme for Your Life ends on Arthur the Big Riddle, it has the website bumper, and then the end credits from season 5, and then the Arthur funding, and then a Chuck E. Cheese's commercial. And then strangely, it goes to the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, but it just starts at the part where Dash is the robot, so it's very abridged. And there's no colored background funding on Arthur the Big Riddle. For some reason, there is no colored background funding on Arthur the Big Riddle. It just goes immediately to the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, except it just starts at the part where Dash is the robot. It gets very abridged. Then the Kideo commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. So, what would your reaction be if the season 6 funding with the purple background was followed by the PBS Kids Snow Globe bumper for the DVD of Arthur Perseveres? What would your reaction be? All Arthur DVD releases from 2005 would have the updated one with the announcer saying, "Opening to all the fun and joy of learning." All right, next up, we get into Arthur's Treasure Hunt. Came out on February 1st, 2005. Episodes are Arthur's Treasure Hunt, The Chips Are Down, and Revenge of the Chip. They're all from season 3. And here's the disc for Arthur's Treasure Hunt. And at the end of the Revenge of the Chip, on the DVD of Arthur's Treasure Hunt, it has the website bumper and then the end credits from season 3. Then the Arthur funding, the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, the Arthur funding from season 6 with the Concord Great Purple Polka Dot background. Then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. Then the Kideo commercial. Then the Sony Wonder Online bumper and the DVD menu. Oh, you like the green writing for the Arthur's Treasure Hunt DVD, huh? Yeah, I like it as well. Next up, we get into the 2005 DVD release of Arthur's Tooth from February 1st of 2005. Episodes would include on there Arthur's Tooth and Sick as a Dog, both of which are from season 1, and The Secret Life of Dogs and Babies, which is from season 6, which is a very funny episode. And it has the Mark Rendell version of The Secret Life of Dogs and Babies. And here's the disc for Arthur's Tooth. And after The Secret Life of Dogs and Babies ends, it has the Arthur website bumper, then the Arthur end credits from season 6 with the techno remix, and then the Arthur funding, the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then it has the Arthur funding from season 6 with checkered green background that was previously used on Arthur's Family Fun, Arthur's Snow Day, and Arthur the Good Sport. But after the season 6 funding with checkered green background on Arthur's Tooth, it has the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy looking into a fishbowl, turning into an orange fish, and then getting swallowed by Dot as a green fish. Excuse me. And then I was completely surprised when I saw that the PBS Kids fishbowl bumper appeared on this DVD of Arthur's Tooth after the season 6 funding with checkered green background. And then after the PBS Kids fishbowl bumper, it has the Kiddio commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. Next up, we get into the second Our Time Family Entertainment release called Arthur's Family Ties, and it came out on March 8th of 2005. Episodes include Castaway, Bitsy's Breakup, and Francine's Split Decision. Castaway and Francine's Split Decision are both from season 7, while Bitsy's Breakup is from season 8. And here's the disc for Arthur's Family Ties. After Francine's Split Decision ends, it just goes straight to the end credits from season 7. Then the Arthur funding, the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, the Arthur funding from season 7 with Concord Great Purple Polka Dot background, the regular version with Ready to Learn U.S. Department of Education Public Broadcasting Service, and Corporation for Public Broadcasting logos on the purple background. Then it has the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, and then it goes to the DVD menu. Now we get into the May 10th, 2005 DVD releases. Sony Wonder didn't release the new content for Arthur, unfortunately. Sony Wonder only got the rights to release Arthur episodes from seasons 1 to 6. But it would be very cool if Sony Wonder did, in fact, release the newer ones from seasons 7 and 8. All right. Next up, we get into the May 10th of 2005 DVD releases. Here's the first one. It's called You Are Arthur. Released on May 10th of 2005. And the episodes on here include You Are Arthur, The Election, and The World Record. And they are all from season 5. And here is the disc for You Are Arthur. At the end of the episode, The World Record, it has the Arthur website bumper, then the end credits from season 5, and then it has the Arthur funding, and then it has the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Rhodes 60-second cinnamon rolls commercial. Then it has the Arthur funding from season 6 with cheesy yellow pizza background. And then it has the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. This makes an official return of the PBS Kids Dot transformation bumper ever since the 2004 DVD release of Arthur's Eyes. So You Are Arthur makes a return of the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver. Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. The DVD of You Are Arthur from 2005 marks the return of the season 6 funding with the cheesy yellow pizza background and the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. After Arthur's Eyes, they stopped using that bumper for a while until After Arthur's eyes, they stopped using the dot transformation bumper for a while, until eventually on You Are Arthur, this DVD release of You Are Arthur, the dot transformation bumper made a great comeback on this DVD release. After the PBS Kids dot transformation bumper, it has the Kiddio commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. And here is the next one. Arthur Goes Crosswire. Also released on May 10th of 2005, and the episodes include Arthur Goes Crosswire and Buster's Growing Grudge, which are both from Season 3, followed by Poor Muffy from Season 1. I don't think this or You Are Arthur was released on VHS. Here's the disc for Arthur Goes Crosswire. After the episode Poor Muffy ends, it has... Oh, the Arthur theme on this release has the garbage cans clattering at the end. After the episode Poor Muffy ends, it has the Arthur website bumper, then the end credits from Season 3, then the Arthur funding, the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and the Road 60-second Cinnamon Rolls commercial, then the Arthur funding from Season 6 with cheesy yellow pizza background, and then the PBS Kids logo with Dot the girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut, then the Kiddio commercial, Sony Wonder Online bumper, and the DVD menu. All right. Next, we get into Arthur Goes on a Field Trip, DVD release from May 10th of 2005. Episodes on here include The Return of the King from Season 3, DW Goes to Washington from Season 2, and Sleep No More from Season 5. And here's a disc for Arthur Goes on a Field Trip. At the end of Arthur Goes on a Field Trip, it just goes straight to the end credits. And then it had from Season 5, and then it has the Kiddio commercial, Arthur funding, Chuck E. Cheese's commercial. Actually, we'll explain how the VHS of Arthur Goes on a Field Trip closes with first. It had... On the VHS release of Arthur Goes on a Field Trip, after Sleep No More ends on the VHS release, it would have the end credits, and then it would have the... Alright. After Arthur Goes on Arthur Goes on the Field Trip, after the episode Sleep No More on the VHS release of Arthur Goes on a Field Trip, it would have the Arthur end credits, and then it would from Season 5, and then it would have the funding, and then the post-alphabets commercial, and then the Lego commercial, the older one, then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then the Arthur funding from Season 5 with blueberry blue polka dot background, then the Arthur website bumper, and then the 1999 PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy Thinking. But the DVD release of Arthur Goes on the Field Trip, on the other hand, after Sleep No More ends on the DVD release of Arthur Goes on a Field Trip, it has the end credits, then the Kiddio commercial, then the Arthur funding, then the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, then the Arthur funding from Season 7 with checkered green background, Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version, then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, and the Sony Wonder Online bumper, and DVD menu. Now we get into the 2005 DVD release of Arthur Makes a Movie right there. Also released May 10th, 2005. Episodes are Arthur Makes a Movie, Francine Frensky Superstar, and Arthur the Unfunny. Arthur Makes a Movie and Arthur the Unfunny are from Season 2, while Francine Frensky's Superstar is from Season 1. And here's the disc for Arthur Makes a Movie. After the episode Arthur the Unfunny ends on this DVD, it has the Arthur end credits and then the Kiddo commercial and then the Arthur funding and the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial. Then the Arthur funding from Season 7 with checkered green background, Seasons 1 through 4 reruns version. And then the PBS Kids logo with Dash the Boy transforming from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. Then the Sony Wonder Online bumper and the DVD menu. Next up, get into the 2005 DVD release of Growing Up with Arthur. This includes the episodes Desperately Seeking Stanley, Tales from the Crib, and Jenna's Bedtime Blues. Desperately Seeking Stanley and Tales from the Crib is from Season 8. Oh, and the VHS closing for Arthur Makes a Movie has the end credits, and then it has the Kiddo commercial, the Arthur funding, and then the Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, the Post Alphabets commercial, and the Lego commercial. And then the Arthur funding from Season 6 with the cheesy yellow pizza background. And there's no PBS Kids logo on the VHS. Growing Up with Arthur has Desperately Seeking Stanley and Tales from the Crib, which are both from Season 8, followed by Jenna's Bedtime Blues, which is from Season 7. And here's the disc for Growing Up with Arthur. At the end of this DVD release, after the episode Jenna's Bedtime Blues ends, it has the Arthur website bumper with it saying pbskids.org on it only. Then it has the Arthur end credits from Season 8. And this is the last DVD release of Arthur to have the Cinar logo on the screen. Then it has the Arthur funding, the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Road 60-second cinnamon rolls commercial. Then the Arthur funding from Season 8 with the cheesy yellow pizza background. And then the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. No, the Season 8 funding on the yellow background can actually be seen on television episodes like Desk Wars, Desperately Seeking Stanley, Tales from the Crib, Thanks a Lot, Binky, Fern and the Secret of Moose Mountain. Those episodes would have the yellow background. The purple background version on television can be seen on episodes like Dear Adele and Bitsy's Breakup, as well as Vomitrocious and Sue Ellen Chickens Out. After the Season 8 funding on the cheesy yellow pizza background on the Growing Up with Arthur DVD, after the Season 8 funding with the cheesy yellow pizza background, it has the PBS Kids logo with Dot the Girl transforming from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. Then it goes to the DVD menu. And here's Arthur's Computer Adventure, the first DVD from June 14, 2005. And this DVD includes Arthur's Computer Adventure from Season 1, which is actually called Arthur the Wrecker, Arthur versus the Piano, and Arthur's Lucky Pencil, which are both from Season 2. And here's the disc for Arthur's Computer Adventure. At the end of this DVD, after the episode Arthur's Lucky Pencil ends, it has the Arthur Season 2 end credits with the 2004 copyright instead of the 1997 one, with the cookie jar logo being used. Then the Kiddo commercial, Arthur funding, Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, Road 60-second cinnamon rolls commercial, and then the Sony Wonder Online bumper and the DVD menu. Here is DW Rides Again, also released on DVD June 14, 2005. Episodes include DW Rides Again, Arthur's Cousin Catastrophe, and DW Flips, which are all from Season 1. And here's the disc. The Arthur theme on this DVD, the Arthur funding on the DVD of DW Rides Again has the water splashing sounds at the end. after the episode DW Flips ends, it has the season 1 end credits with the 2004 copyright instead of the 1996 one. And then it has the Kiddio commercial, Arthur funding, Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Road 60-second Cinnamon Rolls commercial, and then the Sony Wonder Online bumper and the DVD menu. And the funding on the color backgrounds are omitted on the Sony Wonder DVD releases starting in June of 2005. And beginning in June of 2005, the cookie jar logo would be used on the cookie jar logo would be beginning in June of 2005. The cookie jar logo would be seen on the screen on the Sony Wonder DVD releases. After the Road 60-second Cinnamon Rolls commercial, it just goes straight to the Sony Wonder Online bumper and the DVD menu. Not on the Sony Wonder DVD releases. Alright. Here's the last ARPA DVD release of Sony Wonder I have. ARPA Gets Lost, released in June of 2005. And they include ARPA Gets Lost, which is actually called Lost. ARPA Cleans Up, and DW Gets Lost. ARPA Gets Lost, just called Lost, is from Season 2, while ARPA Cleans Up and DW Gets Lost is from Season 1. And here's the disc for ARPA Gets Lost. The ARPA theme song on this DVD of ARPA Gets Lost has the garbage cans clattering at the end of it. At the end of this DVD, it has the ARPA website bumper. Actually, no. At the end of DW Gets Lost on this DVD of ARPA Gets Lost, it just goes straight to the end credits with the 2004 copyright. And then the Kiddio commercial, ARPA funding, Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, Libby's Juicy Juice commercial, and then ARPA funding, Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, Road 60-second Cinnamon Rolls commercial, and then the Sony Wonder Online bumper and the DVD menu. I have 4 more DVDs of ARPA to go. This next one's a WGBH Boston video release. Binky Goes Nuts. This came out on DVD in 2007. And the episodes on there include Binky Goes Nuts, Breezy Listening Blues, ARPA Weighs In, and The Law of the Jungle Gym, which is all from Season 9. It's the Season 1 end credits with the 2004 copyright on ARPA Gets Lost. Here's a disc for Binky Goes Nuts. At the end of the episode, the Season 9 funding with the Concord Great Purple Polka Dot background is used on this DVD release of Binky Goes Nuts. At the beginning and the end. And since it has Season 9 episodes, it has the Season 9 credits. And it does not have a PBS Kids logo at the beginning or end of the tape. Or at the end. There's no PBS Kids. The DVD of Binky Goes Nuts has no PBS Kids logo at the beginning or the end of the DVD. Next, we get into the last 3, the Season 9 funding with the yellow background is seen on PBS airings. Did you see the Season 9 funding with the green background before? Alright. Now we get into the last 3 ARPA DVD releases, which are released by PBS Kids independently. First, we'll look at ARPA Hooray for Health, 2011 DVD release. It came out on November 8th, 2011. And the episodes include Arthur's Chickenpox, Sick as a Dog, Arthur's Tooth, DW the Picky Eater, Just Desserts, DW Gets Lost, Buster and the Daredevils, and The Big Dig. I remember you telling me about the green background for the Season 9 funding being used on TV. Here's the disc for Hooray for Health. This DVD has the PBS distribution warning screen, and then it has the PBS Kids video logo with Dash the Boy Thinking, but for some strange, bizarre reason, the PBS Kids video logo with Dash the Boy Thinking uses the audio from the dot variant. And then it has the Super Wide promo, and then it has the Martha Speaks promo, then the Caillou promo, then the Word Girl promo, and then the Super Wide promo. At the end of, and then it goes to the DVD menu, and then the Arthur funding, the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, the Arthur theme. The episodes Arthur's Chickenpox and Sick as a Dog have the garbage cans clattering at the end. The episodes Arthur's Tooth, DW Gets Lost, DW the Picky Eater, Buster and the Daredevils, Just Desserts, and Big Dig all have the glass breaking at the end. After the episode Just Desserts ends, it has the postcards from Buster insert, I believe, and then it has the Arthur website bumper, and then it had the 2005 version of the Arthur website bumper with the PBS Kids Go URL on there. And then it has the Arthur end credits from season 5, and then the Arthur funding and the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the PBS Kids video logo with Dash the Boy Thinking, but it uses the dot audio again, and then it goes to the DVD menu. I have another DVD of Arthur from 2011 right there. This is the 2011 DVD of The Good Sport. I already showed you the 2002 Sony Wonder DVD release earlier. The 2011 DVD has the episodes The Curse of the Greaves, Arthur Changes Gears, Room to Ride, The Frensky Family Fiasco, The Good Sport, which is the Mark Rendell version, Crushed, which is the Mark Rendell version, DW Rides Again, and Arthur Makes the Team. I think after season 9, I think after season 9 or season 10, that is when Arthur started to go downhill, I think. Because beginning in season 11, it was the last time they used the original backgrounds in the credits. And then they changed them up in season 12. To be honest, season 11 is the last good season, I believe. Here's the disc for Arthur the Good Sport 2011 DVD. And like before, it opens the same way as the DVD of Hooray for Help, but the DVD menu is different. The Arthur funding, the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial is used, and then the Arthur theme song, in which The Curse of the Greaves, Arthur Changes Gears, Room to Ride, The Frensky Family Fiasco, The Good Sport, and Crush all have the glass breaking, while DW Rides Again and Arthur Makes a Team have the water splashing noises. At the end of the episode, Arthur Makes the Team, it has the postcards from Buster insert, and then the Arthur website bumper, the end credits from season 1, and then the Arthur funding and the Chuck E. Cheese's commercial again, and the PBS Kids video logo with Dash the Boy Thinking using the dot audio again, and a DVD menu. So, seasons 9 through 15, I would say seasons 12 to 15 were kind of awful, but seasons 1 through 11 were good. Well, I don't think there's a 2009 copyright on the Arthur DVDs I have. And here's this last DVD release of Arthur Stands Up to Bullying. This is Arthur Stands Up to Bullying, released on July 16, 2013. And this includes the episodes The Last Tough Customer, Brain's Chest Mess, So Funny I Forgot to Laugh, and The Best Day Ever. And here's the disc. And like Arthur Hooray for Health and Arthur the Good Sport, it has the PBS Kids video logo with Dash the Boy using the dot audio at the beginning of the disc. After the episode The Best Day Ever ends, it has the Arthur end credits from season 16 with the website bumper. With pbskids.org URL on there. And then it has the Arthur Funding and then the modern Chuck E. Cheese's commercial, and then the Viewers Like You thank you screen shown in the blue background. And then the PBS Kids video logo with Dash the Boy thinking, using the dot audio again, and then the DVD menu. Well, we did it. We finally made it all on one video. And stay tuned for another live stream coming on my birthday in 3 weeks. Until then, catch you later.